Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Friday, the 7th day of February 2025. Happy Friday. I hope you're all safe and healthy this Friday, and that your family's safe and healthy, and that the needs of you and your family, in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health, are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who every day doing their best to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage, keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are helping those that are victims of prostitution, child prostitution, pornography, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on all the perpetrators of these things. Double curses on all those who profit from these things. And double curses on all those perverts that create the great demand that these evil industries exist in. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 600,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, veterans, homeless in the United States of America, and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There's going to be a basketball game tomorrow night at Madison Square Garden on national TV. The New York Knicks are going to be playing the Boston Celtics. Now, the Boston Celtics whipped the Knicks, if you recall, in the opening part of the season badly. Bombed us with threes to smithereens. But now is the time of the year when everybody is into the grind. It's, as we always said, it's an 82 game grind. It's a very major part of pro basketball, the grind of 82 games. It's different from any other league on planet Earth. When you're in college, you might play 35 games. You're in high school, you might play 30 games. But when you get to the league, it's 82 games of grind against the best players in the world. And so you just not only have to be good in terms of talent, you have to be strong in terms of being able to take the wear and tear, which a lot of people discount when you're looking at people coming into the league. You got to count that. That's got to be part of the deal here. So it's now for the Knicks. They done played 51 games. The Celtics done played 52 games. And so, this is we're in the midst right now. And at this time of year, it's let's see what we got time of year. And so this is where we at. It's not early part of the year. This ain't college where you might get one game number one versus number two, or you one and done. This is the league. In the league, you got to be better flat out. Okay. And so the Knicks got to play Boston. Got to see where we at. Right now, Boston, the only player that's any issue in their rotation is Jrue Holiday. They're calling it a shoulder impingement. I'm not sure what that is. I know that he has had some shoulder issues in the past, and he is in his 30s, and he has been playing a long time. So that could be all, these are all factors concerning his health at this point. But, he's listed as questionable. So I would not worry. He's probably going to play. This is the Knicks. This is Madison Square Garden. This is national TV. He's probably going to play. Right now, he's listed as day to day. He did not play against the Mavericks last night. The Mavericks did beat them last night. The Mavericks beat them. No AD. Obviously no Luka. The Mavericks beat the Celtics last night. Again, why? Because this is the league. That's why. They beat the Celtics 127-120. They were destroying them by double digits most of the game. The Celtics with Peyton Pritchard made a comeback, but it wasn't good enough. So here's Boston coming in to Madison Square Garden on national TV. The Knicks are going to be playing, of course, without OG Anunoby because of the foot, which is fine. We know that that's coming. I don't think Mitchell Robinson will be back for this game. I had been hoping, let me not speak for everybody, but for myself, I had been hoping that this would be the game he makes his season debut. After this game, they still have a game Tuesday at Indiana, and then they close the break at Madison Square Garden against the Leprechaun in them. So, and there's been some major changes all through the league. There's been major changes to almost every team. For the Knicks, I don't want to hear nobody coming to my channel talking about why didn't Knicks make a move? Because we don't need to. Our move is to get Mitchell Robinson back. Y'all need to understand that. And some of y'all that don't understand it need to understand the impact that getting him back healthy is going to be. It's going to be better than all these trades that people made. Just getting him back into our rotation. That's the Knicks move. So I don't want to hear, well, why everybody else made a move, not the Knicks, like some little child that can't go up wherever because all his friends are doing it. No, we good. But Boston added, what we do need to watch is what our competitors at the top, because that's where the Knicks are, at the top. And we need to know what our competitors at the top did. So Cleveland, I think they made a mistake. I understand they trying to solidify for the stretch run, and they get DeAndre Hunter probably between honestly, as much as I'm Deuce High, between DeAndre Hunter and Peyton Pritchard, there's your sixth man of the year right there, one of them two cats. So they went and got DeAndre Hunter, but they gave up a lot. They gave up Karis LeVert, and they gave up George Niang. George Niang is a roughneck dude that you want on your team in the playoffs. He's not no 30-point-a-game dude, but he's a roughneck dude that you want in half-court sets, both offensively and defensively. He hits big threes. Well, they traded him. They traded a lot to get DeAndre Hunter. And DeAndre Hunter is a tremendous player. There's no doubt. But that's a risk they took, to me. That's a risk they took coming down the stretch of the season. Then, of course, Boston, Torrey Craig was waived by the Bulls. Boston signed him. Okay, so he was waived. Boston need to give up no assets to get him, so he's there. Now, that type of dude, again, that's a playoff move. That's what these teams are doing. They're making moves for playoff positioning and for playoff success. That's what we are doing when we're talking about Mitchell Robinson coming back. We get everybody at the top is gearing for playoff success. Okay, and then you got all the other teams that's below us that are making moves out of desperation. Okay, Miami, LA, they're making moves out of desperation. In other words, they're floundering and they're trying their best to try anything to stop from sinking. That's a whole different game right there. And some of them might be successful. Like I said, but the Bucks made a huge move in getting Kyle Kuzma for Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton's been playing on one leg for a couple of seasons, if he plays at all. And so with that in mind, they went and got a young Chris Middleton and Kyle Kuzma. That was a smart move. But then they went and traded Marcin Beauchamp to go get Kevin Porter Jr. And that was a risk because as talented as Kevin Porter Jr. is, he's been bounced from team to team because of his attitude. He had a nice situation in Houston and messed it up because his off-court situation. Then they flipped him and sent him to the Clippers. He's extremely talented, very talented basketball player is Michael Porter Jr. But you better hope that his attitude is right. And I don't want to risk my stretch run on my team with a dude that could flip based on the weather. You know what I mean? So that's the risk they took. I thought they were good enough when they went and got Kyle Kuzma. But I think there's some internal problems there in Milwaukee because Giannis is not happy with all of this move. But, he understands. He said it. He understands it as business. He understands. But he said those are the dudes that won the chip with him. And Milwaukee's like, listen, bro, you the dude. These guys are too old. And this is business. You know what I'm saying? So that's how these cats look at it. This is business. These slaves are no longer good for us. They can't work in our field. We need some younger, stronger ones. We're going to keep you because you still strong. That's exactly how it works. They ain't no loyalty to nothing but winning. So now they got Kuzma and they went and got, Porter Jr. That's all playoff moves because Porter Jr., again, the boy could ball. There's no doubt about it. He could flat out ball. I don't care if you put him at point, second, two guard, three. He could ball, okay? That's just a ball player. If he comes through in the playoffs with them, they're going to be rough. There's no doubt about it. I'm not worried about him as a Knicks, but that don't mean they ain't going to be no tough out. Okay, so that's how that is. But for us right now, the Knicks going against Boston, we're not going to have OG. We're not going to have MitchRob right now. So we're going to be depending on Precious to come in. And I'll have no problems depending on Precious to chew him. We're going to need Deuce to come up big. We're still waiting for, I thought Shaman had turned the corner with that jumper already. And I'm not so sure now, but maybe he can. And see, this is the situation with Landry Shaman. He going to play defense, okay? You guys see that. He going to play defense. The question is, where's that jumper that he had in Phoenix? That jumper that he had for the Clippers? That jumper that he had in Philly? Where is that? Because, and this is the thing about it, a guy like that, at any time. This is what makes the league the league. A guy like Landry Shamet, all of a sudden one night he might go 5 for 5 from 3. Change the whole game. It could happen, because he's got the talent to do it. We're just waiting to see it. Okay? We know it's there, but we're just waiting for it to be unleashed. And that's the thing. We ain't seen it yet. So we'll see what happens. Tibbs, it seems to me, goes back and forth with his trust of Shamet. Early in the season, before homie hurt his shoulder, it looked like it was going to be him and Deuce. And Payne was going to be the guy getting the less minutes. Even when Shamet came back, he was being favored, as far as that coming off the bench. But lately, it's been Cam Payne, behind Deuce. The pecking order is Precious, then Deuce. Okay, they get the minutes. But as far as Shamet and Payne, is still up in the air. Now, they need to solidify that for the playoffs. Because every team is getting ready now with an eye toward seeding in the playoffs. What the Knicks are doing is they putting their head down and just grinding, which is what they're supposed to do. Just put your head down and grind. As you get to April, you start looking closely at what the seeding is and where your position is in the seeding. So like the last game, Cameron Payne played 13 minutes. Deuce McBride played 21 minutes. And they had Hoop Porty for 19 minutes. It was good at this time of year to use Hoop Porty. I'm not depending on Hoop Porty for the playoffs. Some of y'all get carried away with your emotions, man. Look, the pecking order is Gato, MitchRob, and Precious at the 5. That's the pecking order. So when MitchRob comes back, you ain't going to see Hoop Porty unless somebody get hurt. And God forbid that should happen. So to me, not to see Hoop Porty is good because that means Gato, MitchRob, and Precious are healthy. And we want that. The same with this cat they just got, DeLon Wright. Okay, he's an NBA player, no doubt. And he can play good defense. I know he can. But he only plays if somebody gets hurt. So to me, I don't want to see him because that, to me, not seeing him means nobody's hurt. So if Deuce is healthy, Cam Payne is healthy, Shamet is healthy, nobody's hurt, of course, Jalen Brunson, then we good. We don't need to see him. To me, his most important attribute is this $2 million that's coming off the books in June. That's the most important part of him. It's not everybody. Every time there's a move, everybody in Knicks Nation thinks like it's like Christmas. What's the new present we get? The new present is what we already got and more cap space. That's what we need to get clearer, farther away from that second apron. We still got to pay Precious this summer. We still got to hopefully get Deuce extended next December. So this is, and we still got Mikal Bridges to deal with too. So that's what we're trying to prepare for. Forget all the new presents. We got the squad that we need to win the championship right now. We just need them all healthy. So right now, for the Celtics game, we're going to see where we at. Okay? They didn't have 4 days rest. They know what the Celtics trying to do. The Celtics know what the Knicks trying to do. Let's get it on. Let's get it on, see where we at. If they get blown out, they get blown out. I'm ready to just say it is what it is. Let's just get the game on. Let's see what's up. Let's throw the ball up. They supposed to start 8:30 Eastern time. Be ready to play, Jalen Brunson. All of y'all, 8:30. Be ready to play. The ball goes up 8:30, 8:31 and saying it's on. Let's do this. So that's where we at right now. We're looking to see where we at with this team. This is a preview of playoff basketball. It's going to be physical. Let's hope the refs don't take over the game, and stop the players from creating the outcome. That's the problem. But, yeah, I'm hoping we get the same minutes distribution. We should, which means Mikal going to play 40. Gato played 39 this past. And the reason is because we didn't have, we had Precious starting. And so Jericho played less than a minute. So at this point, I'm not sure what they're going to do. You probably going to see Hoop Porty again. And he did good. I mean, for a rookie, he's doing real good. He's still lost on defense. He's lost. You could see he gets confused. But you could also see how excited he is, how he's jumping up and down. He's really setting a lot of illegal screens right now. And that's why he catches a lot of fouls. But it's good to see that joy, and he definitely has upside. And in the future, Tibbs is going to develop him into a real NBA player. Right now, he's still learning, but it's good to watch. But yeah, we probably going to see some of him tomorrow night, which we're going to need. Now, The Celtics started Al Horford last night in place of Jrue Holiday. This also is very important for the Knicks. One of the important players, most important player, is OG Anunoby. See, he's not the best player, but he's one of the most important players. So if you're missing him, you're depending on Precious Achiuwa, which is not bad. But last year, you know what happened when we missed OG. You know, Jrue Holiday is that for the Celtics. And so they had Tatum, they had Porzingis, they had Brown last night, and they still lost to Dallas. See, because they were missing Jrue Holiday. Very important cog, defensively and offensively for the Celtics. They started Al Horford, and they got beat. Listen, I'm expecting to see Jrue Holiday Saturday night against the Knicks. If he's not there, fine. But I'm expecting to see him. And we definitely going to see them playoff time. So let's get used to it. Let's get them all in there and let's get it on. See? So I'm hoping MitchRob can make an appearance before the break. I want to see him get his feet wet before the break. Because if he does, that's just going to help him after the break be more ready. Okay? Let's get it on, y'all. Yeah. Enjoy this game Saturday night. I know I am. We'll talk about it probably Sunday at our pod. But be safe out there in this weekend. People's getting crazy out here, man. Be safe out there, you and your family. Okay? So